Dudes? Welcome to another episode of Wax Worship Wednesday with your host, Big Sheeps of Sheeps Clothing. And this week, on Wednesday, as every Wednesday, I'm going to be bringing you another piece of vinyl from my collection. And without any further ado, I'm kind of excited about this one, seeing how it's one of my more favorite bands. I'm going to be bringing you Exhibit D from Shed For You. My bad. A little inverted there. But it's kind of hard to tell anyway, because this album artwork is... Yet it is sensational. It's hard to see what's really going on. Every copy of this album is printed differently. It is unique and is handmade by the guys from Shed themselves. Let's see if I can get everything to focus here for you guys. Here's the back. You have your information, track listings, and links here at the bottom. And man, it is dark in here. I'm filming this kind of later in the day. Sorry guys. I'm gonna try to get this squared away for you. Let's see if this is a little better. Alright, so this album, all the vinyl is different as well, which I think it's awesome because everything you get is it's different, you know, it's more personal. See, these are the two that I have. One is like a melon tie-dye, and then we have like a red and purple and pink tie-dye, and they have the center sticker is Johnny Five from Short Circuit, and clearly labeled side B. I don't know about clearly, but it's labeled. And side A. There we go. And my camera's acting a little fucky right now. So, also inside your packaging, you get, if you're lucky enough to get, I don't know, they're all different honestly, but in mine, you get this cool little booklet that is clearly handmade, printed out, tons of cool little artwork on the inside, and just, you know, screams of personality and DIY. In my opinion, very cool. And also, if you are lucky enough to have one of the vinyls from their last show, you get this little card. It says, "Rest in peace, Shed For You." Everybody and their little thank yous and whatnots. So, that's the cool little personal touches that I love about DIY music. Before I get into how it sounds, if you don't know, we're actually lucky enough this week that I can play some for you, because if you guys are current watchers, you know that I run into issues with copyright laws all the time, or copyright claims or whatever, and it's a big hassle for me, and I haven't found a way around being able to play music for you guys, unless in this case it's a band like Shed For You, who greatly should have been on, you know, any of your major record labels, but it just never took off. And this is kind of like a little hidden treasure that I'm trying to bring to you guys, and I know that you'll absolutely love it if you like any of the other bands that we've interviewed or plan on interviewing. So I guess before I sit here and talk it all up, let me play you guys something, let you get a little feel for it, see what you feel, and then I'm going to go into more in-depthly how I feel about this particular album and this band. So the first song I'm gonna play for you is off the 7-inch. Is called also, yeah, I'll explain that later. But this song is called "Blades Don't Need Reloading." Okay, so that was Blades Don't Need Reloading, and you can't really get a complete feel for the band with just hearing that song because they have so many different aspects. So before I jump back on video here, I'm going to play you one more. This is one of my favorite on the actual album itself. It's called "Get Up the Staircase and Then Destroy It." Okay, so there you guys get a little bit more of a feel for how diverse and actually, like, I would say musically talented these people actually were. Um, it's hard for me. It's hard for me to. I don't know. It's hard for me to put into words exactly what I'm trying to say. This is not by far my favorite release from Shed For You. Although I love it, and even just listening to it right now again brings back so many memories for me and awesomeness, and it's musically it sounds amazing, but I really liked the earlier years of Shed where it was a little more gimmicky, a little more fun, not as serious, you know, with like fucking Tony Montana clips and, you know, just I feel like this was things had gotten serious or something and they were actually trying to be a band instead of just having fun. But like I said, it's all good. I've never heard a Shed song that I don't like, and I'm going to link the entire discography in the description of this post, so you guys can check it out and by all means share it around, because they're not coming back. They're gonna play one more reunion show or something. These guys are all adults, and some are in other projects, and some have families and have settled down, and Shed For You is sadly no more. So don't let it die out and carry it on, carry the torch. You know, this band is amazing, and a lot of their earlier stuff, like you heard the little interludes and stuff in this one, but they compile more of a jazzier influence in their other like little instrumental sections. And although I do really like the vocal recording on this album, I love the recording altogether, and it's all around just very well formed and well put together. I think the guys did a great job with this. I know that I can be very vague in my opinion when it comes to something that I'm passionate about, like a band that I'm passionate about, and especially a band that I know personally. So I don't want to get on here and be like, oh yeah, you know, fucking Shed For You is a bunch of turds, but you know, whatever, which is not the case at all, because I honestly like Shed For You, the band, more than I like the people from Shed For You, even though, you know, Chris and Roger are great people, and it's always fun to chat with them or have them on the show or whatever the case is. I'd much rather listen to the music than listen to them bicker or make fun of me or each other. So, but I mean, all around, it's a great album, and if you ever stumble across it by any means, definitely get it. I don't care if you have to pay $20 for a 7-inch, like, get it. It's that good. One of these copies will be given away in our 666 follower giveaway. So when you see the instructions for that shit, fucking go for it, because this is honestly, that box is going to be humongous and full of awesome shit. But this is by far going to be the fucking little golden treasure at the bottom of it, because nobody knows about this band unless you're from Florida, or unless you're like a really awesome band like me and him called us or something, and you played with them, and you might have vaguely seen them on a small tour or something, but they're by no means big at all. And it's kind of strange, because I was blessed enough to live in Florida and be a part of seeing them and being a part of the music scene when it was what it was, and these guys were heavy hitters in my opinion, and in my group's opinion. We all really fucking just, we bled Shed For You. I mean, that's what it was. That's the band I wanted to see every weekend if I could. And, you know, I can sit here and fangirl on them all day, every day. But if you put this album in the hands, or any album by them, in the hands of somebody who has good taste in music, they're gonna fucking shake your hand, because it's just all around fucking great. All around great dudes. all around great music. And a lot of them are in different projects now that I personally don't think are as great. But, I mean, at least we had Shed For You. At least we have this little piece of something that, you know, we can hold on to or whatever. So, by all means, if my house was to burn down, this is the big answer at the end of the fucking topic. If my house was to burn down and I was sifting through the fucking ashes and I saw that this vinyl was destroyed, if I somehow managed to come across another copy of it, would I buy it? Yes, I definitely 1,000,000% would. Not only for personal collectability, because I like rare stuff, but for sentimental value. I mean, a lot of you guys could argue that Shed For You is just a sentimental thing for me, that it reminds me of a place of my life. You know, like some people can listen to fucking Blink-182 and be like, oh, that was high school, and blah, blah, blah. I guess what I'm really saying is Shed For You is my extremely more talented and better Blink-182. That's kind of a weird comparison, and I'll catch slack for that, I know will. But they hold a special place in my heart, and we're actually interviewing Chris Denny again this weekend. So if you want to check it out, it'll probably be one. I can't get to that yet, but this Sunday, Chris Denny, Shed For You. He'll be talking about Devout, Shed, God Harvest, and I'm sorry, Chris. There's another one. Morphic Lapse or something like that, I believe. Never really listened to that one too much, but if you can find it, fucking get it. Okay, now, once we're past that, we're going to get to show news. A lot has been going down with the Sheep's Clothing podcast in the last couple weeks, and you may have noticed by what looks like either could be explained as laziness, loss of interest, or just technical difficulties or whatever has you. It's been extremely rough for us, guys, and you're going to have to cut us some slack. I hope you will, because I am constantly to the point where it is endangering relationships. It is making me a zombie, constantly holding my phone and trying to get stuff done when it looks like I'm doing nothing, but I'm doing so much, it's insane. Just constantly trying to bring more content, trying to reach out to other artists, trying to do this, that, and 10 other things. It's really starting to wear on me. And when I got into this, you know, I thought going live on Facebook was, it's just a click of a fucking button. No problems. You go live, you do your fucking shit, and that's it. No, I was so fucking wrong. I thought that I could just go out and buy a fucking pre-built PC from fucking Walmart, slap it on my desk, buy a nice microphone, buy a nice camera, and that's it. No. I have sadly fucking minimalized what I really needed to do because I didn't even know what I needed to do. Basically, the computer I went out and got is trash. It might as well be a fucking floppy disk. Like, it's garbage, point blank. And then, you know, I went out and I spent money on camera, I spent money on microphone, and if you watch the show, you know our tech guy, Josh, he does all of our everything. He is the ruler of the podcast. He fucking started out with him doing Skype, OBS, uploading videos, fucking editing videos, and everything. He was doing all of it for us, and I am so gracious for him doing those things, because we would have not brought you anything. I would have given up in a week if I would have had to do all of this on my own. And now it's become a sad reality that things cannot continue going the way they have been going. And when we first started this, Josh, our gracious tech guy, wasn't working, so this was just kind of like a project for him that he could keep himself busy with. And now he has become swamped, and he is working long hours, and it's becoming more difficult for us to schedule things on everyone else's time and be able to stay consistent and all of these other issues. So I set out to try to upgrade my computer, and we started a GoFundMe for people to support. I'm gonna sell my plasma. I'm gonna do what I can because I'm on a fixed income and I do this completely DIY and I do it completely for free. I try to bring you guys content, and this isn't me just sitting here playing the world's smallest violin for myself or anything. I'm just trying to show you guys behind the scenes of like what's actually going on with our show, because if you're a fan of our show, we want to keep bringing you good content. I want to have at least 2 videos up a week. I want interviews that are relevant, and I want interviews that are decently composed. I want, good content. I want quality in our production. I want all of these things, and it seems that it's my idea isn't feasible right this minute, but I am going to continue to be consistent. I'm going to constantly bring you what I can and keep this afloat, because I care about this podcast more than anything in the world, and besides my loving fiance, anything in the world. And I'm trying desperately just to stay afloat here, and it is hard work, but nothing comes for free, and just it's difficult, and that's all there really is to it. So it saddens me to say that we're going to have to be changing formats, and with the change of format comes a silver lining. We will not be absolutely positive. We will not be going live every Sunday anymore, and that I know that ruins our consistency. And you guys are on a schedule where you know Sundays is the day, Wednesdays is the day that you guys get your videos, and we can't really compensate that right now. We don't know when it's going to happen, what's going to happen at this point, but I don't believe we're going to be able to go live. Maybe we're going to take questions from people who want to throw their questions into the ring. Maybe we'll take those before the interview. Maybe as we're filming it, I can go live on my phone or something, and you guys can ask your questions or whatever. I'm going to try to work it out. If you guys have an idea, please put it in the comments. But my computer cannot handle running OBS, Skype, Facebook Live, Internet Explorer, fucking have my fucking show notes up and fucking everything under the sun all on one screen just going. It doesn't work. It bogs down everything, and you might have seen me try it on the last couple podcasts, and it's horrible quality. It's unwatchable. The questions are overlapping each other, and there's such lag. It's unbelievable. But so we're not going to be able to go live, which is sad. So we're going to start recording our interviews and posting them directly to YouTube, and then sharing them throughout the rest of whatever. We're going to try to stay on a schedule and release videos every Sunday and every Wednesday, like people are used to. Sorry, 1 second. But if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. But you have to also think, with changing the schedule, it kind of creates things and makes things easier for us, in the sense that I could do 3 interviews a week and then just post them on Sundays, and then I don't have to be swamped and always on the schedule. That's only for me, though. For on your end, you guys are going to see a better quality interview. You will see it'll be a higher definition, because streaming kills the quality of video. It will be just all around cleaner, sharper, more streamlined, edited video, guys. Edited fucking video. You won't have to sit through 15 minutes of silence at the beginning of our videos, and you won't have to jump around through everything like you do now. It'll just be quality, all right? And who knows how long that'll stay happening. I mean, once I get the money to do upgrades on my computer, I may go back to a live format. We may not. We just have to see how it works out. We may do some interviews live, and we may do some interviews recorded, just maybe preference for the person being interviewed. But there will definitely still be content. I'm sorry this video is running so long. You guys are probably bored with this, but there will still be content available. So, in later news, I'm working on interviews with Kevin Christoph, or his real name, Kevin Klein of Graf Orlok. I've been talking to him for a couple weeks, and he's always been one of my favorite vocalists, and Graf's always been one of my favorite bands, and it's going to be great. He's the former vocalist of Graf Orlok, mind you, not the new one, which I can't stand personally. That's my opinion. We'll go into more of that later. Also have in the midst of working out interviews with members of Cutting Pink with Knives. I think Dylan said he got a hold of somebody from Zayo. I believe we have stuff up now from someone from Chariot. We have something now up from one of the guys from Dillinger. We have just a lot of good quality shit is coming soon. Just trust me. Stick with us. And you guys help me think of a good closeout thing to say here. I need a send-off, because I can't just keep saying go fuck yourself, San Diego. So leave it in the comments. All right.